You just got fired from your job. For whatever reason, they said, and we don't want your Rudy Poo candy ass in here anymore. So they got rid of your ass. What you gonna do? Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Trey, aka Uncle Money. I'm an actor, music artist, and athlete. I've been living in China for almost 9 years now. I want to talk about what do you do if you happen to lose your job. Now, I want to clarify, I'm referring to teaching. So if you lose your teaching job, now I'm pretty much an expert at losing my job here. Back home, I not only was I able to definitely hold down a job, but whenever I left on my own terms, they were so sad because the jobs back home, they loved me. I did a great job and I was great at what I did. They didn't want me to leave, but here it's like they get rid of me. So it's like, what do you do if you lose your job here? Now, it's not like back home. Back home, you can get unemployment and obviously a support system. Here, there is no support system. When you lose your job here, you're kind of on your own. So I'm gonna give you the step-by-step tips on what to do if for some reason they say, you get out of here. All right, so first, you need to evaluate your contract. Now, when you get a contract, most of the time it's written in both Chinese and English, but the contract will always favor the Chinese part. So the Chinese part can have this, and then the English part can have something different. But you need to make sure you follow both. So how do you get past the Chinese part? Well, you can use the translator. Everybody got a phone. You can use the translator apps. You can also put it in ChatGPT or Gemini. Now, keep in mind, AI makes mistakes. Just keep that in mind. But what I would do, I would make sure you translate both versions. Translate the Chinese part as well using your phone, or get someone that can read it to take a look at it, as well as ChatGPT or a Gemini. But they will make some mistakes from time to time. But you need to look at that. And the reason I say look at that is because you need to figure out what are the terms for you getting fired. Are they allowed to just reasonably fire you for no reason? You need to figure out if they did that, could they do that? Also, keep in mind, maybe they got rid of you after the probation period. Probation period means that it's like a test run. Let's say, for example, probation period is 2 months. Within those 2 months, they're going to see if you're a good fit. And if they don't think you're a good fit within those 2 months, they can let you go. Or they just decide after your contract not to renew it, for whatever reason. So you need to figure out those parts. First thing you need to do, you need to figure out when you're going to get your money. All right, you need to figure out when you're going to get your money and have that joint in writing. Figure out the last payment that's due. If there's any compensation, figure out when you're going to get your money, because you're going to need that money. You're going to need it. And do not be afraid to be a little aggressive, because they talk. I've been here long enough. They talk, and a lot of the times they're full of shit. Be on it. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Be on it, because they will fuck you so hard in the butt. You have no idea. That's just how they roll. So figure out when you're going to get your money. Make sure you look at your contract and figure that part out. Next thing you need to do, and this is the most important, the visa. All right? Because when you're working here, your visa is unfortunately tied to your employment. So with that being said, if you lose your job, that also means you lose your visa. So there are a few things you can do. You can transfer your visa. Now, when you lose your job, they're naturally going to try to cancel your work permit, residence permit, whatever, all those things. What you can do is transfer, meaning if you want to work at a new job, you would need to do the transfer stuff. And some schools, they'll try to play difficult. Most schools, assuming you weren't terrible, toxic, they'll cooperate, they'll sign what they need to make the visa process, the visa transfer easily. But some of these schools, they want to be assholes and not do it or stuff like that, and you got to be on them. Like I said, I don't care. You be aggressive, because this is your livelihood. So you need to, you can transfer or get a new visa, maybe a tourist visa, business visa, spousal visa. I don't know. You can get a new visa, or you can exit China and get a new visa outside of China. If you live in Guangdong, you can go over to Hong Kong, or you can go to other countries to do it. You can do it that way. Make sure you have all your documents too, like your degree, apostilled, and criminal background check, and these types of things. Make sure you have all of your documents. And some schools will want your passport for visa stuff, like meaning like the school that fired you, they may, hey, we're gonna need your passport so we can, I don't know, do X, Y, and Z. I'm not gonna say if you should do it or don't do it, because it all varies in certain circumstances. Certain circumstances, it varies. So I can't really tell you what you should or shouldn't do, but just keep that in mind. But those are what you need to do. You can transfer your visa. You can get a brand new visa, or just leave China and then get a visa outside of there and come back. But you don't want to overstay. You typically have between 7 to 30 days. That is usually the timeline that you have, and you don't want to do that. So within those 7 to 30 days, you need to be on it immediately. Next thing you need to do is just get the housing. So if you're at a school, maybe your school had housing, meaning you lived at the school, or you worked at the school and they provided an apartment. If you're not at the school anymore, if they got rid of you, obviously that's going to go away too. So you need to figure that part out. Or if you're doing what I personally recommend, get your own place. Schools, they come with a housing allowance, meaning they give you a certain amount of money that goes towards your housing. Now, the difference with the landlords here versus back home. Back home, we know if you pay rent 5 minutes late, then they're going to destroy your credit and you may get evicted and shot. I don't know, I'm just talking. But we know how they're very, very strict. Here, it's kind of chill. It's a bit laid back. Like, you can talk to your landlord and be like, look, this is my situation, blah, blah, blah. Can I pay it in 2 weeks? From my experience, they've all been cool. They're like, yeah, it's fine. Like, I haven't had any of these bad experiences. So you can do that. You can talk to the landlord about your situation. So that part you need to figure out. And if you decide, hey, I'm just going to just leave completely, there's no penalties. There's nothing bad's going to happen to you. You won't get your security deposit back. That's the bad thing. But nothing's going to happen to you. If you decide, hey, I can't afford it, I need to just leave, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Nothing's bad going to happen. No one's going to come after you. You just don't get your security deposit back. That's it. Next thing you need to do is you need to get some cash. So you can do private tutoring, some freelance online work. I do stuff from Upwork from time to time. You can do that. Now, when it comes to the part-time work in China, it's a bit of a gray area. Technically, you can only be employed from where your visa is at. But people do it all the time. People got private lessons, meaning they teach one-on-one private classes or whatever. People do that all the time. And it is what it is. It's a gray area, but people do it all the time. And honestly, if you ask my personal opinion, look, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. You can't follow the rules all the time. I'm just being real. Too many times people think, oh, follow the rules. That's how you get effed over. So, no. Do what you gotta do. You can find little clients to just, make quick cash. If you're a fitness guy, you can personal train some people, do some remote stuff online. Upwork, I recommend that. Fiverr will get you a student to teach them private lessons. You can do that. Then next, you need to job hunt. Now, there's plenty of things you can do. It's eChina Jobs. They're a platform for job hunting. You can talk to your network. You have friends, you can just say, hey, do you know any jobs open? And if they don't know, they'll put you in contact with someone that does know. Everybody knows recruiters here. There's always recruiters, there's always jobs. So you can reach out to your network and look for jobs. And once you have the jobs, let's say you get a job, they'll help you with the visa stuff. I can't help you with the visa stuff, but they can help you with the visa stuff. And you just go from there. But job hunt, use your network, talk to recruiters. Now, depending on what season you got fired in, you may have gotten fired in the middle of the semester, early in the semester, late in the semester. That could determine how quickly you can get hired, because some schools are already full, some may only be hiring for next semester. It all depends. Maybe you have to take some bullshit job for the time being, but job hunt. And then also reflect on, why did they fire me? Why? Like, that's a personal thing. Only you can really decide. I can't decide for you, man. They probably don't like your punk ass. That's why they fired you. Oh, wait, I'm talking to myself. Whoops. But anyway, those are the things you need to do if you get fired. Don't panic. You ain't the first person. I done dealt with it many times. I actually talked about it in one of my videos. And I'm going to talk about how I dealt with the firing in the next video in the future. I'm going to talk about it because 2025 was a pretty rough year. I ran out of storage. That's why we're on this angle. Don't laugh at me. But anyway, if you stayed to the end, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you please like the video, subscribe to it, share, so I can keep this momentum going. Not like I have any momentum to begin with, but let's start some momentum. Make sure, follow me on Instagram at _Uncle Money, and check out my movie, Mortal Kombat Shadow Reign, where I play Jax, and all the other stuff I got. Got a book out called The Former Athlete's Comeback Manual, helping former athletes get back in shape, and yeah, a bunch of other crap. But